Hey guys, how's it going? This is Khan, Mr. So Real, and welcome to this week's Good or Garbage, the #1 place for you to find out what weapons, blueprints, mods, attachments, everything that you need to know about the vendor reset for the division for this week. Now, last week I asked you guys to give me about 100 likes and a couple thousand views on the video, and then I would continue doing the timestamps. Well, you guys went above and beyond this last week and gave me over 200 likes and about 6,000 views or so, about 6,000 and a half. So I really appreciate that. Love you guys for all of the support you've shown, and a lot of people left comments letting me know that they did use the timestamps. So let's do it again. Why don't we go for another 100, or let's say 150 this time, and keep it up, and let me know if you guys use the stamps, and if you do use the stamps, let me know what did you pick up. It lets me know what kind of stuff you guys are interested in. So without further ado, why don't we get into this? And again, you can check the timestamps in the description or in the comment section to find out what exactly is being sold, and you can grab what you want, and just let me know what you guys pick up, and if you did use the stamps and enjoy it. So let's get started. Let's go. Starting off this week at the special blueprint vendor, we have the classic AK-47, we have the Super 90 shotgun, the stamina mask, stamina gloves, the holographic sight. This will give you optimal range. We have the flash hider, which will give you accuracy, the electronics gear mod, and the performance gear mod. If you need any of these gear mods or any of these blueprints, then you can go ahead and find them at the special blueprint vendor. Now moving over to the special equipment vendor, we have the Cassidy shotgun. This has brutal commanding and boomstick. This is probably, I would say, going to be one of the better exotics for this week, although I'm not a big fan of commanding. The Pecan is also being sold with 13% damage to targets out of cover. The base damage is a little bit low. One of the higher end base damages we've seen for this weapon has been 23.5, so this one is 22.1. It does have accurate, it does have adept, and it does have the Pecan perk, but the base damage is a little bit low for my liking. The Disorient is also being sold. The headshot damage is a bit low. The talents are cool-headed, destructive, and history repeats. The Liberator also for sale. The base damage again on this is a bit low. The talents are accurate, predatory, and unforgiving. Predatory and unforgiving together just really don't make sense on a lot of weapons, so you have to pick one or the other. They really don't synergize well together. The Centurion, not bad. The base damage is okay. Pretty good actually, and then it comes with brutal, so if you can land your headshots to finish something off, then there you go. Now in terms of the weapons, the other weapons that are being sold, pretty much all of this is garbage. I really don't recommend any of this stuff. It's all pretty trash, so we're just gonna skip past that. Now getting on to the masks, the better masks that are being sold, I would say probably starting off would go with the Reclaimer ventilator mask. This does have a pretty nice amount of armor at 944. The electronics is a little bit low. It does come with all resist, but it does come with damage to elite. So for PvE players, this is not bad, although all resist is not optimal. This is not the top pick, but it is, if you need one, okay, I guess. Moving on to something that would be a little bit better would be the defense mask. This one comes with even better armor at 969. It comes with electronics, the exact same electronics at 1233. This one comes with health on kill, and it comes with disorient resist. If you need something in terms of armor, then this would probably be better, especially if you're running defense. You probably want to go with survivability more than anything else. Now moving on to the chest pieces. The vigorous chest is probably a pass for this week. The health roll on it is not that great, and the armor is not that great. Most of these chest pieces are not that great, although the final measure is all right. It's not too bad. The armor could be a lot better, but it is at 1820. The stamina roll on it is 1196. Comes with 5% enemy armor damage, 8% skill, and 51% ammo capacity. If you are running this with PvE in mind, then this could work out pretty well with the enemy armor damage. If not, then I guess, yeah, for PvP, I really wouldn't say this is going to be best, because you will have to either re-roll off enemy armor damage or fix stamina to be what you like. kind of your choice. I guess make the decision that's best for you. The bags, the Resorceful bag is a pretty nice bag. I would say probably one of the better bags this week. 1306, really nice armor roll. The electronics at 1223 is kind of meh. The health roll on it is not too bad at 13,000. The minor attribute being bleed resistance. I know a lot of people like bleed resistance for PvP, so this isn't too bad. And Resorceful will be really good if you are running the shield, so kind of keep that in mind. This gives you your skill object health when you heal yourself. So if somebody on your team is a healer and you get some heal from them and you're running the shield, then that means your shield can take more damage as well. Could be pretty good for incursions as well. Now quickly, we're just going to skip through a lot of this stuff that isn't really all that great. The last thing that I would say is probably worth looking at if you are running a shotgun and FireCrest. These FireCrest gloves are not too bad. The armor on them is pretty nice at 983. The firearms at 1265 is pretty good. The shotgun damage at 1268 is not bad as well. The only problem I can see with this is the critical hit damage is a bit low at 14%, but it does come with 8% skill haste. And if you are running FireCrest, then more than likely you're going to be banking on your turret doing a lot more damage. And then having that 8% means that you can get your turrets up faster and have them out there doing damage better than any other thing. So moving on, the rest of this stuff I don't really recommend. The T-Rant or Tyrant suppressor is not too bad. I would recommend this over the loud vent break, only because this has reduced threat instead of increased threat. 7% crit hit chance, 4% crit damage, bit of stability. Kind of alright, but you know, it is what it is. And then the red dot sight, 6% headshot damage, 4% crit damage, and some accuracy. So go ahead and pick up the ones that you like, and let's move on and see about anything else that might be worth picking up this week. At the advanced weaponry vendor, pretty much I'm going to go out and say most of this stuff is either garbage or there is something much better in its slot for this week. I'm re-recording this because I've gone through everything and I can tell you that there is a better SMG this week. There is a better Scar L if you want one of these being sold this week, and there is a better first wave M1A being sold this week. The only thing is the M1A and the Scar L are going to cost you DZ credits, and I believe, yeah, the SMG for this week, which I'm sure all of you know by the title and by the thumbnail, is definitely shitting all over this AUG, so, and that'll cost you regular credits, so you don't have to worry about that. So I would say pass on everything at the advanced weaponry vendor this week and go and check out some of the other stuff. The gear vendor in the base of operations has a pretty good pair of knees if anyone is looking for it. The armor on it is really nice at 1638. The stamina roll on it is at 1261, which is getting up there. And then you have Prosperous, which gives you credits for headshots. You have 7% exotic damage resilience, blind deaf, disrupt, and shock resistance. So if you need something like this, then definitely go and pick it up. I think this would be all right for PvP. PvE, not really sure. I don't really think so, but for PvP, definitely this could work out very well for a lot of people, especially with all of that armor. In Autumn's Hope, there's a pretty decent pair of PvE knees being sold. 1544 armor, a bit lower than the knee pads at the base, but this one, instead of having stamina, has 1260 electronics. This could work out very well for electronics builds. This has 8% crit hit damage, 32% bleed resist, 31% blind deaf, and 27 disorient resist. If you need something like this, go ahead and check it out. Over in Camp Hudson, there is an interesting little robust chest piece. This has some pretty good armor on it at 1990. Not as good as the one from last week, but still, this is still pretty good. This one has 9% skill haste, 5.5% enemy armor damage, increased kill XP, and a whopping 1271 for electronics. So if you are running electronics and you, I guess, maybe like to hide in the back or stay in cover, then this could be a really nice chest piece for you. Over in Madison's stand, we have some really nice treat for you electronics people. There's a mediocre pair of gloves being sold. You guys can check this out if you'd like. Get a quick glance real quick. And the star of the show here is going to be this electronics mod with 266 electronics and skill power at 3,272. This is really nice. If you're making electronics builds, you definitely want to go and check this out. This is probably going to be one of the better ones that you see this week. At the last call, the big homie has a really nice surprise for you Vector lovers out there. We've got a Vector with 22% crit hit chance, base damage at 22.2 with this character, and the talents, baby. We've got Competent, we've got Sustained, and we've got Adept in the third. So this is not too bad if you are running electronics and you are running some firearms. You will probably want to do something with Sustained, but having Adept and Competent and all of that crit hit chance plus some good base damage, I'm going to say this is probably going to be the pick of the week in terms of weapons, unless we see something much better somewhere else. But this is pretty good, especially if you like running SMGs. You got a good pair of gloves, and it only costs you regular credits, so you can't go wrong with that. Alright, over in the grindhouse, not to be outdone, it is Vector Day. We've got another Vector with even higher crit chance, even higher damage at 22.6 with this character, crit chance at 22.5, and then we get to the talents. Damn! We've got Responsive, Adept, and Unforgiving. I'm gonna have to retract what I said about the last vendor and say that this is definitely the pickup if you are going to go for a Vector. This is going to be the one. And if you want to get rid of Unforgiving, if you don't really like that talent, you can put Competent in there, and then you've got the trifecta and in the meta right now, which is Responsive, Adept, and then Competent in the third for this type of weapon. Man, this is the god roll. This is it. You're not gonna find too much better than this. Go ahead and pick that up, and it only costs you regular credits. Damn. All right, over in East 53rd Street, there's an SVD being sold with 170% headshot damage. The base damage on it could be a little bit better at 64.7. I've got a couple of these at 66%. The talents on it, although are intense, determined, and disciplined, unfortunately it doesn't have deadly on it, which kind of would make it decent, especially if it was replacing intense. But determined is not too bad. If you're going to kill a target, it reduces your skill cooldown. So this could help you out if you are running an electronics build and you want to keep your pulse running with this. It could be nice, but yeah, check it out. If you need something like this with that headshot damage, go ahead and pick it up. As a quick little shout out, I remember one of the subscribers asked me about an SMG9. So at East 46th Street, there is a pretty decent SMG9 with 22.5% crit hit chance. Base damage is alright. It comes with Competent, Unforgiving, and Brutal, which are pretty decent talents. I like them a lot. Unforgiving requires you to have quite a bit of stamina, so you probably want to roll that off with something else. But Brutal and Competent together with this, plus all of that crit hit chance, is not that bad. If you're interested in a converted SMG9, then there you go. At East 40th Street, there is a pretty nice pair of knee pads being sold. Look at that armor, 1660 armor. The stamina on it is a bit low at 1134, but it does come with Accomplished, which means rewards and accolades are tripled. And then you get 3.5% enemy armor damage, 30% blind death, 33% disorient, and 27 shock resistance. So if you are using this for PvE, probably some kind of incursion or something like this, this could be really good for you. Better than PvP. This is definitely a PvE pair of knee pads. So if you need these, then go ahead and check it out. That armor is very nice. In West 39th Street, a couple little quickies I wanted to shout out. There's a black market AK-74. Enemy armor damage is a bit low. The base damage is at 30.1. I have one that's at like 30.8, somewhere around there. The talents on it are not that bad with Destructive, Adept, and Brutal. This could be really nice for PvE content. Then we have a tactical pack with some pretty nice armor on it at 1269. Comes with
1252 electronics, which isn't bad. It is a specialized bag. The health roll on it could be a lot better. It's only at 12,110. And then when you consider that bags, usually the max health you can get is 13,339. This is a little bit low, so proceed with caution if you do decide to pick it up. Over in East 31st Street, the vendor over here has that fire. If you're looking for an SASG shotgun, you've got a really nice one with 328% stagger, pretty good base damage at 112. You've got really nice talents with deadly, self-preserved, and brutal. If you don't like self-preserved and you don't want that health off of crit, then you could always go for something like Adept or something else that would give you more crit chance, and then this thing would be completely disgusting. Then moving on, we have a rugged mini reflex sight. This could be a really nice sight for a lot of people. This has 7.5 crit hit chance, 5.5 headshot damage, and 4% crit hit damage. So if you need the trifecta in terms of sights, then this is pretty much going to be it. Unfortunately, we don't have a major stat of crit hit damage, but the headshot damage and the crit damage plus the crit chance could work out pretty well. I think this would actually work out really well for that shotgun, so you could pair those up and have a nice little combo. Over in DZ2, there is a pretty nice Socom Scar L being sold. If you are looking for a Scar L, this is far superior to the one in the base for standard credits, but it will cost you DZ credits. Now the enemy armor damage is not that great, but the base damage is really nice at 29.4. The talents are also good with Adept, Responsive, and Unforgiving. So this is a pretty nice little trifecta of talents to have. If you want to get rid of something like Unforgiving, then you could. Or if you want to keep it, all three of them together could work out really nice for you, just depending on your playstyle and if you tend to go into the lower end of your health pool. But otherwise, this is a pretty decent weapon and one that is recommended. In DZ4, as a quick little side note, we have a prototype Firearms mod that has 265 firearms and 1% crit hit chance. The crit hit chance, 1% is kind of stupid. To put it lightly, but the 265 firearms is pretty nice, so if you need that, go ahead and pick it up. Alright, in DZ6, just as a shout out, this is pretty stupid, but there's a pair of Deadeye gloves with almost max assault rifle damage. Why this isn't marksman, I have no idea, but anyway, if you are running Deadeye and you're running marksman and assault rifle damage, then or an assault rifle, then this might work out for you. The assault rifle max damage that you can get is 1334. This is 1333, so this is pretty good. The enemy armor damage is at 7.5 and skill haste is at 9%, which is also very good. The armor is not that great at 913, and the stamina you will definitely want to reroll to something else. Over in DZ8, there is an awesome PvE Deadeye Mask if you need it. 966 armor, almost the max firearms at 1271, 7% enemy armor damage, 10% damage to elites. If you are looking for something for PvE and you are running Deadeye, this could be very good for you. There are some other things being sold at this vendor on the other side, but I don't recommend most of them. There's something wrong with that stuff. But yeah, this is definitely a good pickup, probably a top pick for PvE players that run Deadeye. In DZ9, pretty much the only thing worth talking about would be these Nomad knee pads. The armor on them is pretty nice. For Nomad, a lot of people are running this for PvP, so shock resistance and burn resistance at 29 and 30% are pretty good. Blind Def is also there. The enemy armor damage, probably not what you want for PvP, and then 1130 stamina, definitely not what you want for PvP, so you will have to make some hard decisions about that if you decide to use these Nomad knee pads. Now the only other thing worth talking about at DZ9 would be, I believe this is a scope. There is a 3.4 times scope with 17% crit hit damage, 3% crit chance, and 2.5% stability. This is good for, I believe, Deadeye. If you are running Deadeye and you want to get one of those closer scopes that give you crit damage, then this is going to be the way to go for this week. There's nothing better, they usually go up to 19%, but this is about as good as it's going to get for this week, so there you go. Alright guys, that is it for this week's good or garbage. I hope you guys found something useful. Pretty sure a lot of you would probably pick up that Vector. The Vector is pretty beast. It's got some god roll talents on it. So let me know what you guys picked up this week. Remember to hit that like button. If you do enjoy this, remember to share. It does help out. Let people know what's going on with the vendor resets. I'm trying to do the best that I can for you guys so you have as much information and pretty much the best rundown of what's going on with the division in case you need to buy something or you need something to buff your build. So that is it. Remember to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Mixer, YouTube, all that stuff. And until the next video or until the next live stream, I do live stream quite a bit. I'm Con, Mr. So Real, and I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great weekend. See you later. Peace.
Con.